Hello everyone, how are we going? I thought I'd make this movie and say, where are the elite headed? Like for the intelligence communities, for the elite, for the families, like for the rich 20 or 30 families that are the main people, like how many people have got their back and are looking out for them and are informing them of these scenarios, of these things that they can take up on. I would like my movies to be passed on to them. I know that they're very busy and they probably won't even understand any of it because it's so totally different to what they're used to. Okay, I'm going to address Barack Obama. Barack Obama, I want to meet you one day. Know that you chose a very hard job to take on board, and I could have never have done it. And you've got the greys going, and when I had my business, I had my greys going, and I've got respect for you. I want to sort things out, and I want to say sorry for harping on the incident about 9/11 and George Bush, but if you saw George Bush, as soon as that person went to go talk to that person, you saw the look in his face, and then when he said to George Bush, you knew that something was up. They probably said, George, something is going to happen, you've just got to deal with it the best way you deal with it, or something like that. So it's like you can't tell him. So it's not like he's guilty, but he knows that there's something. So I harped on about that, and I'm really sorry. By making these movies is by showing you a part of me, what I'm like. It's also me redeeming myself by getting myself not only out of the situation, but getting you out of the situation, and by getting other people. Let's just say the people that did 9/11, it was a very thought out. Most of the people that probably did most of the processes were killed. So there is no, they're like, let's just get someone to plan something, and then once everyone's planned it, then we'll kill them. And then once everyone has been killed, then let's kill the people that killed that person. And then they'll leave it as fresh and know that there's not, sorry for this, so the thing is, there is enough killing people, okay? I am a lover, not a hater. I would not want to kill anyone. There is a real problem in the Middle East right now with these crazy maniacs. They need to be put a stop to. They need to stop getting funded. They need to stop getting ridiculous, alright? They are just absolutely nuts. Okay, I want to go for a job at ASIO. I know that hopefully the movies that I make, they go, well, okay, we've got some guy, the guy right now. We got an email from Martin Lynch. This is a spiel. He's written out something. He said, check out my movies, and I want a response. I am saying this because I'm a good citizen that wasn't born in Australia, that is an Australian citizen, wants to be an Australian citizen, wants to prove Australia proud. I want this to be looked at by some highly analytical people, and to do some research for me, to get back to me to say that should I go for a job within your agency, what feedback do you have for me, and what ways can I do to assist to help you. So I think that's the way that I'm going to go, that I'm going to say this is about me, take it on seriously, don't just skim through it and go, it's a load of joke. Can I help you with this scenario? Let's just say that, I work for ASIO, and we're at like the headquarters, and we're talking to the group of people that are in the know about everything, and they've got all the clearance. And I went up and I had a bit of a chat to them. I wrote out some of the notes that I've written out, some of my experiences, and said, okay, for tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to have a few glasses of wine to start with. We're going to have dinner, then we're going to have a glass of wine with dinner, then we're going to chat, and then after we might have a few more, then we're going to partake in a C5. And I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to say that just talk through your consciousness. You don't need to say it out loud, just say it in your mind and wait for the response. See these people that are responding here, they're reading our consciousness, they've come down right here, right now to listen to this. They've got a lot of respect for you, they've got a lot of respect for me. They know me a lot more than they know you, okay? You are not someone who's at high threat because you're not someone who's working in the, you know, like each need to know is a need to know, but then there is other projects outside that are doing ridiculous stuff. All right, we have got technology that the planet is stuffed at the moment, but if we use the technology that we've invented and stopped spending all our time into making things to make weapons out of it and put it into doing good, we wouldn't even need the ETs to come down and give us technology. We could have had hoverboards in 1950 after they back engineered those UFOs in Roswell. I wouldn't be the advisor to advise the intelligence communities and everyone else. Go, I can believe what Martin says and it is true, and to know it is true and say it is true. Like, just believe in me that sort of all this technology, and it's more top secret than the nuclear bomb, and I don't want to get killed for it by some person, whether they be in Australia or in the United States. This guy's a high risk, this guy's going to blow the cover of this person, so let's assassinate him, let's kill him. Please don't kill me. I've got a daughter and a beautiful girlfriend, and the thing is, I've battled mental illness and I've battled all these hard times, and you know what I said to myself and inside my mind? What can I do? Because I always used to fight it, and then I was like, what can I do to help you? And since then, I've always said, what can I do to help you? And I've done that in other scenarios when I make ETs, like out there when they're in spaceships. What can I do to offer my services for you? Or what can I do when I brainstorm these ideas? And I say, it's just instinctually going to, like, and it's going to work out. So, guys from Australia, wow. Stay on and stay good relations with America. I know that America probably pull the strings and get the most information out of it and watch all of it, but know that you know that the top industrial military complex will be watching my stuff, and some of them will know my stuff, and I think that even the hardest nuts of the people that are pure wanting to kill people and just pure evil, once they get briefed on a certain amount of information that they need to do, and then they watch my movies, I can change their opinion to say, hey, you know, now you don't need to kill any more people. Now that you can just, you know, live in this new life. And it's going to be time for you to process all those people that you've killed. But you're going to have to grieve and go through it. And, you know, the thing is, you've done it for your country and you've had to do it because you've signed a contract, and if you didn't, you'd probably get killed yourself. So know that I put my heart out into all you people that are service people that are working in the Defence Force and what have you, that have had to kill people for the sake of it. And I hope that I can just cleanse your soul right now, or whenever this gets listened to, and say that please help this person before they die or when they die, to being able to cross over the point of light so we can all be together, because that person will have such a great story to tell us once they get on that other side. But we want to have everyone all together. We don't want to lose out on people. We want it all to be together. And let's just say we make Martin captain. Martin's a dictator of Tanzania, of ostrich. Yeah, there's a dictator's speeches or something abroad. I've lost you something in Tanzania, and it's like, because I thought I was a dictator, but you know, like, I want to be a dictator. And even though my mate said that when I want to start the schooling system, it sounds like a cult, because I want my friends to come over, pay my wage, and we'll learn all this stuff, and we'll have a recess at the same time, and we'll just be able to, but it'll be fun, it'll be interesting, and each person can go off at a certain time and do their own subject, but we come together and work on certain things. And the certain thing is, like, just basically what I want to do. But if I can do that lazier, you know, like, if I could get a job and they paid me 120 grand at ASIO, and they said, we want you to work a 50-hour week. And I'd be like, okay, I'm fine with it. Okay, how about that I can spend, say, 2 or 3 days on the mainland and the rest over in Hobart. What we'll do is we'll catch up and I'll spend a little bit more time on the mainland. I'll get my partner to move back into my parents' place to stay, just so she can get some support. You say you're going to pay me some money. We go and we do some field trips. We keep this hush-hush. We go out in the field and we go out and we say, okay, you know, we need you, Martin, to not to make a movie about this or to tell other projects about this, but we're trying to cut ourselves into the slice and to know what's going on. So come out with us. We've got you the best bottle of red wine. And I'll be like, it's not just about the red wine. We've got to have fun as well. We've got to enjoy ourselves. So we could have a campfire. We could, you know, they always say good stories happen around the campfire. You know, we could stay up and we could do something, and I could introduce you. And when you make a connection to these ETs, they'll put ideas into your head that it'll just feed in like information uploads, and I'll get them to show you, and we'll make contact and we'll make something special. And you know, then you can go back to your boss and say, okay, well, we haven't told Martin everything. He's a really nice guy. I don't think we should tell him this and that and everything because he's not going to agree with it. So it's just best if we tell him the stuff that he would be happy with to hear. We include him in everything. We get him to meet everyone within our department. But we say, Martin doesn't want to know everything you do. Know that I just want to get down to your level to get to know who you are, the person who you are, the person that your parents knew, and the person that you've become. And that, you know, that I'm working on these major projects, all right, that you might not believe because you look at it and go, who's a single person here doing this? But you realise the scope to how every person from every country ends up reading this from national security. It changes everyone's outlook, that everyone starts focusing on this main thing. And, you know, like, I'm not saying that I'm the biggest hotspot or the biggest person that gets viewed by everything, but for the people that know and the people that know what's going on, they look at it. And I want to thank you, alright? So, thank you for working with me and having patience, and know that I will get better. And the work is going good for me at the moment, but I would want to go for a job for ASIO. So if I can ask for a prayer now and some help, I would like to say out loud, O Lord, O ETs, and guidance counsellors of the skies, can you please, over the next following 2 weeks, instill in my mind an idea and a starting point how to address going for a job at ASIO and showing them my information. So I'm putting myself out there because obviously I showed myself about that, but I want to say to them, hey, I want to work for you eventually. I know that if I did work for you, I'd have to take this stuff down, but we could have it so that I'm not in the limelight and I could stop making movies. But can we, for instance, I get a team of people that they make the movies, but what we do is we have it based around Australia, so we are promoting Australia. Like, I just need your help and I need your backing, and I'd love to be on the books to say, yeah, I work for ASIO. But I can tell you now that if someone tells me something top secret, I don't share it with anyone. I would change some circles of friends that I hang around with. It would totally bring me out of this to make me know that I am doing something good, and I will strive to make it good. And just know that this is the biggest thing that's happening in the world, in the universe, alright? And all these other universes out there are looking at our universe. Go, we haven't looked down there for ages because before we were just told it was bullshit. So now all these other third parties, fourth parties, sixth parties to infinity are coming down. And what's going down on Earth? You know, what's going on in this galaxy actually? What's going on in this universe? What's all these universes doing? And it's like, and then there's this clip of Martin out there having a few sips of wine with a cigarette out of his mouth going, It's all about peace. It's all about, one. It's all about us coming together and knowing that you might, 80% of the universe might be in bliss and might be in, total, everything's going. But when you get to a certain stage, you go, enough is enough. If we can view these people, it's no different to having a satellite. Having a satellite and viewing someone get killed, then you've got a button that you can press to make sure that person doesn't get killed by pushing them out of the way of something. If you can view someone and you can see someone die, you have got the capacity to fix it. And that's what I said to the ETs. I said, please have trust in me, please work with me, and I need your help for this, and I want to do what God would do, and God would make sure that everyone was recorrected. And it was actually the fastest way possible. It looked like it was the furthest way possible, but actually by doing this it did. So peace to you people, and know that when I say that I'm working for national security, like behind closed, like I feel that I did that in a job before, and now that I'm wanting to do something, that I'm wanting you to take me seriously, and I just want some advice, alright? And I need some life advice. I would like to even meet someone and catch up with just one person, and they could invite me out and we could talk somewhere, and they could tell me whatever, and they could straight away could just be, okay, we think you're a high risk because you've got these movies, and we don't know what the potential is of it, because you could be a spy, you could be whatever. So, but we like some of the ideas that you've written about and you've talked about. So here's our advice for what we think that we think you should follow in, which helps us situation that we think you should push on. I'll be like, great, okay, that is really great. Or it could be,